What's good, everybody? This is episode 4 of OG Suicide in the Building. I got my co-host today, Dre Hill, in the building with me. We finna get started. Let's go, y'all. I hope everybody has been watching episode 1, episode 2. Definitely, learning from it, getting, information, that can pretty much help you through whatever the situation is, whatever you're going through. Taking a few calls today. Definitely anyone that want to call into the show, please make sure you inbox me on my IG, or you could text me on my phone. I want y'all to start calling into the show. That's what OG Suicide in the Building is about. Calling into the show, getting, one-on-one conversations, embracing my loved ones that's actually going through something that either having a bad day, depression, stress, whatever the case may be. So make sure y'all stay doing that. And also don't forget, make sure you go get your OG Suicide in the Building merch on my site, ogsuicideinthebuilding.com. Make sure you go get your shirts. Make sure you go get your hats. Stay locked in, man. Stay locked in. More episodes coming, live shows coming. This is definitely it. Neff, what's going on with you, man?
Man, it's crazy to see you in action.
I mean, it's been a long time coming.
Oh, yeah. No, I was right there from the jump. It's crazy, man. From the old building, walking in and out with you from the old building. It's crazy to see how far you came.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations, huh?
I appreciate it. Never give up. That's the key thing, man. Never give up.
You the definition of it.
Oh,
God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And looking forward to being the face of never give up.
Oh, yeah.
And also you too, man. Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir.
That you're doing with the music.
Man,
Same with my son, Lil Side, my bro Izzy. Man, on track music, KO as the A&R.
Yes, sir.
We gonna keep things moving. We gonna keep things going. Definitely.
Going crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely. And what I do love about me doing this show, man, is me being a suicide survivor, man. Just knowing what it's like, experimenting this difficulties in life, struggles in life, and just going through stuff. And one key thing, man, when you're going through something is that everyone asks themselves is, how do I get out of it?
Right.
And what I've learned sometime, you can't find no one to pull you out of a situation. Sometime, man, it's what I've learned. Sometimes it's almost like you got to jump out your body and pull yourself out.
Right.
To
find something instead of someone. You just got yourself sometimes.
Yes.
And you find that something.
Yeah, and it's important,
right.
It's very important. Definitely, man, we got a few phone calls coming in, and we're going to get going, man. We're going to get going. I spoke last on episode 2 about a gentleman that is in a wheelchair. I got him calling in today, Diego.
Okay.
And he's going to be calling in. And I linked him with someone that seen the show that had been in a wheelchair for 15 years.
See, that's crazy.
It's like I can only give him so much advice. But when the gentleman, he's seen the show and he called in, he pretty much reached out to me and was like, man, I seen the show and, I seen the advice you gave. The gentleman, I seen you spoke about the gentleman in the wheelchair that was supposed to have called in that day, but they both will be calling in today.
That's crazy. That's cool. And they both in that in that same.
Yes. And he's been in there for, 2 months. And he's been in a wheelchair for 15 years. So he definitely can
getting some
give
game.
All the advice in the world that pretty much he would be the best candidate for that.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. That's cool. Let's hear it.
Okay. Make sure ringer is on. Yeah, episode 1, man, a lot of people is they loving it. Episode 2, they loving it. Can't wait.
Like going good.
Going good. The one with me and Flacco, looking forward to that one. That's definitely a 2-hour show. So that's going to be different.
Oh, yeah. We got Flacco to open up.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, he spoke about some things that, you know, he had been going through. Because every day, man, somebody's going through something.
Everybody human.
Everyone is human.
Everybody human.
And not everyone want to talk about it, you know. But, man, it's better to open up than to just hold it in, you know.
For real.
It's always better to open up.
It's a relief once you let it off your chest.
Oh, yeah.
Always. Man.
Definitely. Let's see this gentleman right here. Okay, so cool. Hey, family, how you doing? This is OG Suicide, man. OG Suicide in the building, family. How you doing?
I'm good in yourself, man. Just take it one day at a time. Word.
Oh yeah, definitely. We gonna take it one day at a time, man. And you know, I'm glad, you know what I mean, you tapped in with me, man, to come on the show and let's just talk about, you know, let's start from the day you reached out to me when you was going through it, like when you reached out to me, you was homeless at the time. It was you really had a lot going on your mind. You know, a bad experience at the time, man. Let's start from there and let's move forward. Talk to me about that day you reached out to me. How was you feeling?
I mean, to even like make it sound even better, or make it even put it on a better note. Like, we had tapped in years before on a good note. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
About your magazine that you had. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, so I still have it. Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That set the tone on our relationship, first of all, on how you were like an OG, you know what I'm saying? All of that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, and to fast forward, and when I got to my times, man, my mind was going a million times, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Man, bro, I didn't know what was going on.
Yes, so I remember. Yes, go right ahead.
Yeah, when we had our conversation, man, I feel like you slowed me down, put me at a good pace, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And like I said, I wanted to go off the edge with it, for real. You know what I mean? I told you about the family that I was connected with that basically wasn't really trying to hear nothing I was saying.
Yes, yes.
And that helped me break ties with that, because what you said was basically like, yeah, you got to get rid of that, got to get away from that.
I mean, because my thing is, I mean, if you're around these, you know, if you're around people and their best interest is not for you, then, you know, what was the purpose? You know,
exactly.
Like when, yeah, like, you know, you mentioned, I don't want to say their name, but you mentioned some important people, and these important people was watching you struggle, and you was around them, and you was faithfully around them. You was faithfully showing your loyalty to them, but there was no loyalty being shown to you.
Exactly, abusing myself, basically.
Abusing yourself. I don't know if it was like, if it was a starstruck thing. I'm not trying to hypothetically speak.
No, so what it was basically was, you know, people, I mean, like, everybody praising money these days, man. And them knowing that I didn't have family and friends.
Yes, they took advantage of it.
Yeah, I'm from across the country, man. From
yes.
Detroit, you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
So they basically was hanging them words over my head. Like, look, just, these words is here, but go and do this for me. Do this for me.
Yeah, you was running around. You became the errand guy.
Man, and when I needed to just talk, I didn't need no money. I didn't want no money from nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Just a conversation.
Just a conversation of a direction, guidance, bro. Like, and literally, I knew them for about good on and off 8 years.
Man. Oh wow!
You know
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
You know what I'm saying? And it was crazy. And they were a family of therapists. You know what I'm saying? And them people supposed to be talking.
Wait, let me stop you right there real quick.
Yeah.
They were a family of therapists.
Accredited therapists.
So this is what they, let's say they're certified in. They have degrees in therapy as a therapist.
Yeah, man.
And you couldn't even get a conversation.
Not one, bro. Nah, like when after we had talking to you, I talked to them and was like, yo, can you tell me one time we had a conversation? One time we had a good conversation outside of me slaving for y'all.
Wow.
She hung up the phone.
She hung up the phone?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's literally when your interview with Adam 22,
Yes.
It was like a week later. I'm sitting in my living room, like, man, what the heck am I about to do, bro? I'm sitting here with my 2 dogs that I got. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that they my world, bro. So I'm like, man, I'm about to have to get rid of my world to start all over again, or am I just gonna have to just end my life? You know what I'm saying?
Like, wow.
I don't know what the heck is about to happen, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Crying daily. You know what I'm saying?
And that interview pretty much it sparked you. It put a spark in you. It woke you up.
I'm telling you, dude. Like I watched that interview fully. I think I even rewind some of the parts.
Yes.
And then at the end of the interview, you
my number.
Out. Yeah.
And I remember you reaching out to me like it was yesterday, and I had spoke to you previous times, a few times, and you had mentioned to me, who you was working with, and you was doing the barbering, and everything seemed good at the time. But then when I talked to you again, when I answered the phone to talk to you, it's like a vibe. I could just feel it, like your tone and your voice. It just wasn't the same. And you remember the first thing I was like, man, what's wrong? What's going on? And you're like, man, you're not gonna believe this, man, but I'm homeless right now. Like, I don't even feel like, I have a purpose in the world anymore.
Yeah.
And you was ready to end it all that day, like literally ready. But what I told you, like, take a deep breath first, calm down and look at life, let's change the narratives on how you were thinking at the time and look at life for what it's worth. Separate yourself from where you're not being appreciated, where it's not uplifting you, it's not helping you. And definitely, like I told you, giving up is definitely something that you don't want to do. That's not what you want to do. That's not going to be the smart move, because tomorrow could be better days.
Man.
And if you would have gave up that day, then you wouldn't see what you see now. How about now? You still want to give up?
No, not at all, bro. I'm even talking helping other people, man.
And that's each one teach one.
Yeah, for real.
Each one teach one.
Like, I tell people my story now, and like, it's a dude that like, you would look at him and think he like the hardest dude ever. You know what I'm saying? That I see daily. And
yes.
I told him my story. He's looking at me, trying to turn his body toward the other way towards me, so I won't see the tear coming down his face, bro. I'm like, bro, come on, man. You just cleaning your spirit right now, bro. And you ain't had nothing for me, bro. I damn near cry every day in the shower.
Oh, yeah.
I let it out, bro. You know
I remember I used to cry in the rain when I was homeless, and nobody knew I was crying because it was raining.
Exactly.
You know?
But that's the biggest thing, bro. Like, this society is just like, we're trying to have this hard image up, man, just for social media and people around us, and trying to be hard. Man, that's not where it's at, bro. We killing ourselves and each other by doing that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's one of those things. It's one of those things where it's like, who do you talk to?
Yeah, man.
You know, so you have to, hold that mentality of, that I'm strong mentality, but in the back of your mind, it's like, I'm stressed out, I'm depressed. Man. Who do I talk to? But I don't want to just talk to anybody, because it's like, who's going to understand me sincerely? And
because everybody that don't understand is going to make you worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I'm just glad, man. I know it's a blessing. I'm still here. I know this is my calling. You know what I'm doing. And I want to thank you. I personally, sincerely want to thank you for picking up the phone and calling me, because that's one thing that I've learned it's hard for people to do. Like, I don't want to pick up the phone and be a burden. I don't want to bother him. He got his own life. He got his own everything. But me personally, like, you're never a burden. No one is a burden. You're not bothering me. Like I said, I want to thank you for picking up the phone, calling me, and believing in what I told you, because I'm definitely not going to tell no one nothing wrong. I knew life would get better. And like I told you that day, I said, you can't really say when it's going to get better, but if you're doing everything you're supposed to every single day to improve your life, I promise you, and I gave you my word, it would get better. Here we are today. And remember I told you that. You got to want it. You can't wait for it. You got to want it. And here we are today, you know what I mean, October the 26th, and I'm on the phone with you, and how was life?
And I'm living in Malibu right now. Got my 2 dogs. They got a yard, bro. I got a job with benefits. I got a dentist. I got an orthodontist. I got a therapist. I got everything I need, bro. Bro, I'm crying right now, man. Real shit, bro.
Let them out. Let the tears out. Hey, it's better to let it out, loved one, than to hold it in. But guess what, though? But guess what? Let me tell you about the tears right now. Them are tears of joy.
For real, bro.
Them are tears of joy. Like you happy. Like you went from let me end it situation to
let's keep it going,
let me live situation. Let me keep going.
Yeah.
Let me get out there and let me keep putting one foot in front of the other, moving forward and going after my dreams. And that's what you did. And look what I told you. It'll get better. Didn't I tell you to get better?
Man, for real, man.
It's all good. Let it out, man.
This ain't no nothing planned. This ain't no scripted shit, bro.
No, like, not at all. I don't do scripted. This real life.
Real shit, bro. Like, man, you know how dogs like run off of their owners, bro?
Yes.
I've been through so much to the point where my dogs run through me, right? And they are now like a therapy to other people now, bro. Like,
see what I'm saying?
It's a full circle type shit, bro. Like, so, bro, it's unbelievable to me, man. Some days, bro, I just got to keep on pressing, man. You know
yes, I mean, look at you now. Like, you know, what, 3 weeks, a month ago, it was, you know, it was all bad.
Going, man.
You look, LLC, come on, man. You have to be a testimony to someone else. And that's all I ask. When I give advice to someone, take that advice, believe in what I'm telling you, and be a testimony.
And honestly, most of our whole conversation, it was 70% you listening.
Yes.
And then 30% you talking, bro.
Like, yes, because I mean, you got to give an ear. You know, that's the key thing. When someone, you got to allow a person to vent. Yeah. Don't talk over them. Or let them get it out. Let them say what they want to say. Let them express what they want to express to you, loved one. And then once they finish, then you let them know how you feel. And I do this by self-experience. I know what it feels like to want to leave here by self-inflicted. And now I know what it feels like, and I love it to want to live and to want to encourage and inspire and motivate others to want to live. Because every day above ground is a blessing. And I'm going to go on this note because I got a few more people calling in. I want to thank you, like I said, for listening to me, for believing what I said to you, because I knew it was real. I knew it would get better. But I'm going to tell you one thing, and this is something you can live by. This is a quote that was created by me, myself.
Okay.
A hospital, not the only thing with patients. You can quote that.
Hey.
Thanks for calling in. I appreciate you. We'll talk again soon, family. Love you, man.
No, mandatory. Love you too, bro.
All right. That's what it's about, you know?
That's crazy.
Real life.
That's crazy.
We human. You know, we human. Like, nobody's better than nobody. We all human.
Right.
And that is some people go to school, you know, to be therapists, and a lot of times they don't end up helping, you know, the people that come to them for help. You know, I used to have a psychiatrist, and I would go see my psychiatrist, and, you know, I'd talk about my life or what I'm going through, what I'm experiencing, how I feel.
Yeah.
At the end of the session, give me a prescription. Oh, here, okay, take these. And and it's like,
that's the first thing.
Where's the help?
Right.
Like, I come for help, like, not to talk. You know, I come for help.
You can't pay for no ear. You can't pay for no ear to let you vent.
No, I mean, you can't. And with them, it was more like a medication thing. Everyone think when a person is going through something, it's like the first thing they want to do is, you know, prescribe them medication. Like, that's really going to get them through it. That's not going to get them through it. Giving them some advice from self-experience, because another reason why I started doing this is I tried to volunteer before for like a suicide helpline. And I called in, was like, hey, how you doing? Told them who I was and explained to them, what happened, what I've been through and what I stand for. And I wanted to volunteer. And they was like, well, you can volunteer, but we're going to have to train you first. It's going to be $150 per session. You're going to need like 3 sessions for us to train you.
That's
and I'm
crazy.
like, yeah. And I'm like, what do you mean you need to train me? Oh, yeah, well, for the volunteer. I said, I'm self-experienced. I can train y'all. I really know what these people feel like calling in. And I asked the gentleman, I said, have you ever been through like a depression or anything like that? He like, no, definitely no. I haven't been through anything. So
he's trained to help other people.
But they're charging money to train to help other people, and it's like
they're schooling for that.
Huh?
They're schooling for that, huh?
I mean, where they making money off of it,
That's crazy.
And people that want to volunteer, and then 3 sessions, $150 a session.
Right.
And he's never experienced anything bad like that. So it's like
it don't even help you.
Yeah, well, like, what am I paying you for?
Right.
To get on the phone? I'll just give out my own number. Another time I called a news channel and same thing. I told them who I was, and was like, how can I possibly get like a story out there to uplift people, to inspire people, me being a survivor? And he was like, well, technically, if it's not newsworthy until after it happens. I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? So y'all don't believe in people living? So it's news to you. Once a person commits suicide, then that's when y'all want the story. Y'all don't want the story of live. Y'all want the story of death.
Right.
Yeah, that really tripped me out. Yeah.
And that's all they pump out. They don't ever talk about what's really going on.
No.
I feel like.
Yeah. I couldn't get over it. I was blown away. So that was like a second time that really made me say, you know what? I'm just gonna step up to the plate, man. Like on the baseball field, man, and just really go for it and really start pushing and pounding. Never give up. You know, I got a record that I put out years ago called "Never Give Up," and I used to get messages from like people in like Nigeria and Haiti, and these countries. It's terrible,
man.
It's
I can't
bad.
imagine.
The living is bad. And
I can't imagine.
for them to reach out to me and tell me how my song inspires them and make them want to live and encourages them that, they're going to find a way.
Yeah.
Because especially like in Haiti and Nigeria, like there's rich parts everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Mm-hmm. But these are people that's reaching out from like where it's
bad.
It's quadrupled poverty. They don't know where their next meal coming from. It's a young cat that I've spoken to many a times, and sometime, man, he have to go to feed his family. They have it out there in Nigeria where he got to go. They like street fighting.
Yeah.
For money.
That's crazy.
Street fighting for money.
Get into it.
But if you don't win, you don't get the money. So you go home with nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, like that's deep.
That's crazy. And that's one of the only things he knows of to get paid.
He can't get a job.
Right.
There's really no work for them out there, so he can't get a job. And he reaches out to me on WhatsApp, and when he showed me his family, man, because not too long ago his dad his leg he had broke his leg in like 3 places, and he was doing bad. And when he showed me like where they live, and it's like, wow, it really hurts, man, to see that.
Yeah.
To see them living like that, and their only hope is, they son, which is he's 22 years old, and he got to go out there and try to find, money, somehow, some way.
Out there and grind.
Yeah, many a times I've sent them money, just to help them, because a little bit out there would go a long way.
Oh, it's so much to be grateful for.
It really is. It really is.
man.
It really is.
Just to even go home and lay in your own bed.
Definitely. I got somebody else calling.
Get it.
Let me see real quick. Bad service right here. Trying to call back. Hello?
Please leave your message.
Okay. Sure they'll call right back. Okay. Tell them. But yeah, that was it was real. It was different to me just to see that, and Africa as well. You know, have a lot of fans out there from that song. Man, that song really inspired a lot of people, and it's a trip too because it came out in like 2011, and to see it
and
to this day, still helping people.
That's crazy.
Oh yeah,
that's what kind of music we be in the studio making. Like,
oh yeah,
you feel me? That music they'll turn on forever.
It gotta live forever.
That's the beautiful thing about music.
It is. It really is.
It is. It's crazy.
Okay. Here we go. Hey, Diego, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, that's good, man. That's good. We're gonna get our loved one on the call as well. Dae Q, we're gonna get him on the call. Hold on real quick, okay? Mm-hmm. Hold on.
Please leave your message.
Okay, I know he's gonna call here in a few minutes.
Oh yeah, I think he's calling me right now.
Okay, bring him on. Bring him in the call, please.
All right.
That's fine.
Hello?
Yes, hello?
Yo. Hey, what's going on?
All right, okay. We got both of y'all on the phone?
Yep.
Okay, that's good. Okay, man, I want to thank y'all for calling in to OG Cuicide in the Building. I'm going to start first with Diego.
Yo.
We spoke, loved one. You seen the podcast, and you had reached out to me due to you had got shot and you were paralyzed. And you reached out to me, loved one, and we talk on the phone, and, you know, I try to give all the advice in the world that I can to just uplift your spirits and to motivate you. Mm-hmm. And then my show aired with me and AD, episode 2 of OG Cuicide in the Building, and Dae Q.
Yeah.
Dae Q reached out to me, Diego, and he reached out to me. He seen the show, and pretty much he was like, man, I would love to link with the young brother you mentioned that was going to call into the show, and if it's any way possible, you could link with me because, Diego, how long have you been in the chair, loved one?
Like 7 months.
7 months. And Dae Q, how long have you been in the chair, loved one?
About 15 years.
About 15 years. So I, was like, Diego, I know I can give you a lot of advice, but Dae Q could give you more advice than I can. I could definitely talk to you, uplift you, give you motivation and encourage you, but I linked y'all two together to come together, work together, man, and help each other. Dae Q, I appreciate you reaching out, loved one. I really do appreciate you reaching out to me and stepping up to the plate, man, to work with Diego, man, and for y'all to build. So since that conversation, how have things been going?
Well, I mean, things have been going like better because, I'm thinking more positive, and I'm like, to be honest, it just feels better to talk to someone that's in the same situation, because I'm young, like nobody right now really like in my situation.
How old are you, Diego?
I just turned 19 in September.
In September, you just turned 19. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Dae Q, and how old are you, family?
I'm 31.
31.
I'm 31.
31.
I've seen a lot.
Definitely.
I've seen a lot in this chair, and I want to just give out all the wisdom I can to, a younger brother, Diego.
That's good, man. That's good. And the first day, when I put y'all on the phone together, a 3-way call, like, what is some of the conversation? Because I set the phone down because I wanted y'all to just talk and build and bond, and you to help little bro, man, Diego, because he's going through it. He's going through it, but I'm sure, man, you're gonna give him the best advice in the world to help him, still go after his dream. Regardless.
Absolutely.
So, like, what was the conversation that y'all held that day?
Well, like mainly, like I was just talking, it just I was just telling him my situation, the same, like, we have the same exact story, basically, to be honest, like.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like it was just like, wow, like, it just, like, it hit me different, because it was like, we really were talking about, like, like, we both got hit in the side, like, and it's just like.
Same exact spots. We lost the same organs. We lost the same organs and got hit in the same part of the spine.
Yeah.
Wow. Out in the streets?
Yeah, and it's just wild, because it's like, I reached out, and then, he reached out too, and it's just like the same story, just like the shit was meant to be. Like, I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you reaching out to me. I couldn't thank you enough, man, that you heard me speak, man, and you felt what I was saying. And it touched you enough to get on the phone and reach out to me. Dae Q, the same with you, loved one. I appreciate you when you seen, the podcast and you reached out to me, man, and I was able to, connect y'all. It means a lot, man, because, it's called, man, each one teach one, and, come together and help somebody. It don't matter the color of your skin or anything like that. We all human. At the end of the day, man, and you stepping up to the plate, reaching out, willing to help little bro like that, man, that's powerful. Words can't explain that,
Advocacy is everything, man. I wish I had somebody to kind of guide me through it. I had a few people that reached out, but, I feel like I couldn't really relate to them. And I'm glad that I'm able to relate to Diego, like, off the bat. I could help him, and give him wisdom, because life isn't over. It's just the beginning. It's just done a little differently than we expected.
For sure.
And Diego, you do tattoos too, right?
Yeah, I've been tattooing for like a while. Like I've been, drawing since like juvenile hall. Just like that's always been a thing. I took a break after I got shot, but like it's always been my favorite.
Okay. You gradually getting back into it.
A little. Like I'm still doing it, but it's just right now my chest is a little messed up, so it's like.
Okay. So what's next, man? Do y'all plan on meeting up, man, hanging out, and networking?
Oh
Yeah, for sure. Right now, I'm working on a way to help. I'm building a platform, a Web3 platform, and it's going to be very comprehensive. And I'm going to figure out how we could link the Web3 community that I know together, so we can raise some money to help them out with therapy and robotics and whatnot for the near future to get them back on their feet, hopefully.
Man, well, when you do, loved one, make sure you get the information to me. I definitely will, continuously, man, speak about it on the show, shout it out to the audience, man, because, help is important, and that's one thing it's lacking a lot in the days of today is, that support and that help. A lot of people don't want to help nobody no more. And it's a trip to me. But there is still people that will help, that will step up.
Absolutely.
So definitely, man, I want to thank y'all, man, for calling in. And like I said, it's a blessing that I was able to link y'all, man. That was God. Dae Q, that was God, man, that had you watching the podcast that day. you know, and you reached out to me, and I was able to connect y'all, and now y'all connected, and just like you said, you're getting ready to help out and help build, you know, to where we could raise money to help Diego. And this is definitely not, you know, this is nothing to where it's like, you know, degrading anyone or looking down on anyone. It's a blessing, you know.
Yes.
That's what it is. It's a blessing, Diego. It's a blessing. And like I told you, Diego, call me anytime. You're definitely not a burden. You know, like you said, oh, gee, I don't want to be a burden. And no, you're definitely not a burden to me, loved one. I've been had this number 17 years, and I give it out for a reason.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, it's wonderful because, like, you know, a lot of people do need help. You know, a lot of people just, you know, especially like people who are just like toughened up and just like, you know, guys, you know, we just don't want to speak on certain stuff. But
yes,
it was great to have that platform to, you know, be able to.
yes, I mean it's important. You know, this is my calling, and I'm gonna keep answering it. You know, definitely, man. Thank y'all for calling in. I appreciate y'all. I'm always a phone call away. Man, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day.
All right.
Hey, you good, OG?
All right, family.
Easy.
All right, y'all. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Once again, man, that's definitely what it's about. You know?
That's crazy. They both got the same story.
Yes. Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, different, you know,
Wow.
Different age, but same story.
In the same spot.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
But yeah, that's God.
Definitely
Put them
is.
two together.
And, you know, like I said, he reached out. He seen the show, and wanted to reach out to me.
Heck yeah.
And I'm glad he did. I'm definitely glad he did. Okay, I got one other person here. I want to return their call back. Hey, loved one, how you doing, man? This is OG Suicide in the building, man. Who's on the phone?
How you feeling? This is Ferris.
Ferris, how you feeling, family? How you doing?
Hey, I'm blessed, doing great. How are you?
Man, I'm doing good. I mean, I can't complain. You know, every day above ground is a blessing.
That's a fact.
You know, definitely every day above ground is a blessing. I want to tell you also, man, I'm glad you checked out the show, and you know, you seen something, man, that inspired you.
Sure did. You know, when I first saw you, I think it was, man, a while back. What, you've been on there for like 2 years now or something?
Yeah. Every Tuesday, OG Suicide in the building, faithfully.
Yep. And when you did the interview with Adam,
yes,
you know, that hit different for me because I'm 34 years old.
Okay.
You know, born and raised in Chicago.
Okay.
You know, we go through some things. So seeing an elder statesman like you, who's been through many things,
yes,
it gives us hope.
For sure.
So I appreciate it.
For sure. So what in Chicago, man, what is it that you do? What are you doing? Like, you know, like as far as in the community or whatnot?
So in the community, I'm always doing food drives,
Okay.
toy drives,
Okay.
any little charity that I can either come up with, my employees come up with, or my customers come up with.
Okay, what kind of company you have?
So I own gambling cafes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Which is, it's mainly an Illinois thing.
Okay.
They're legal.
Okay, for sure.
So
now let's go.
6 slot machines. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's get back to the community. What you doing in the community?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, you always have to give back.
Yes, you have to.
You know, if
food drives.
One thing they're always going to do is try to get over.
Mm.
You know, people are always trying to get over, which is normal. You know, I want to tell everybody, you know, people my age, younger, people are always trying to get over, from family to friends to anybody. Do not let them persuade you and change you. Continue doing the right thing.
Yes, always.
always give. Because if you give, guess what? You're probably never going to see it, but you feel better.
Yes.
So if somebody ever comes and says, hey, what'd you do? Like, you know what? I gave this. I never got it back, but it's cool. At least I gave.
And that's how you count your blessings.
Yes, sir.
Definitely how you count your blessings, man. How is life in Chicago right now?
Oh, man, it's getting colder.
It's that time of the year, huh?
Yeah. You know, it's not as crazy as people.
As the media say.
It's not, but it is. But everywhere is crazy right now.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's not the whereabouts, it's the people. You know, because without people, the world would just be a quiet place with no movement, with nothing. So it's actually the people.
Mm-hmm. So Chicago right now is getting colder. Winter's coming, negative 50 degrees, 5 inches of snow.
Oh, wow. Stay in the house.
Yeah. You know, when you're trying to make money, trying to raise kids, you know, I have a 7-year-old daughter, 3-year-old son.
Okay.
So I got to go and get it.
Mandatory. You have to. I mean, it's only right. You know, nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream or a nightmare. You know? So I prefer the dream, to go after the dream than anything.
Yeah, you know, and I just want to tell people also, I know there's people listening, like I'm married too. I've been married for 9 years now.
Okay.
Marriage isn't easy.
No, definitely not.
But if you have a good woman, it still ain't easy. But, you know, a good woman will always hold you down.
Yes.
So be good to her. Be good to your kids.
Yes.
Because, man, if you can have kids, they changed my whole world. I was out here.
Yes. Because it's a lot of people in the world that can't have kids. So definitely. Yes.
You know, so, and yeah, you know, adopt. You know, I tell people, you can't have kids or you think you can. The doctor said. A lot of times, don't believe the doctor.
Yeah. Yeah, I know someone that was told that before, and they end up having kids, and they have several. And adopting is good too, because you know I once was a foster child that ended up being adopted by the one of the only ladies that ever been a mother, you know, to me. You know, there's a couple other people that's been a mother to me, like my godmother Charlene Jackson, and my other godmother Mama Will. You know, that's been mothers to me. People that I can definitely call that's been in my life. You know, but Miss Price, that was my everything. You know, she went home to heaven in '92, and there's not a day that go by that I don't think about her. You know, like literally, like, because she's someone, man, that I used to could just go sit down with and have a real conversation. And what was good about it is, you know, I would really, you know, express myself, you know, and I was in the streets, you know, young in the streets, but I would, you know, tell her the real, right or wrong, and Miss Price would ride with me. Right, in the right or in the wrong, she would ride with me. She'd be like, well, you know that's wrong, but, you know, like, you know, but learn from it, you know, so definitely, you know, and,
you know,
go ahead.
I was going to say, you know, rest in paradise to her.
Yes, mandatory.
First and foremost.
Mandatory.
Because it's so hard to find good people.
Yes, she adopted me when I was 18 months. You know, her home was a temporary foster home where they would take foster kids in, like no matter what time of the day, what time of the night, if they got snatched from their household, their parents, they would bring them to her house, and she would hold them until they figure out what's going on, where they're going to be going back to their parents, or they going to the system. When she got me, she said she looked at me, and you know, I was bad. You know, I was born a crack baby. I had eczema over 90% of my body. You know, I was rashed out the game. I remember they used to tie socks on my hands just so I couldn't scratch, because I used to scratch until I bleed, you know, all over my body. And that was my heart, man. Like, meant the world to me, and I know she's looking at me now. You know, even when I was in the hospital from my self-infliction, I remember her grandson, Tweety, bringing her to the hospital to see me, you know, when this happened. And I remember her standing over me, looking over me. And when I woke up, you know, and she was crying. And when I seen her face, man, I just instantly, you know, bust out into tears. And I leaned up because I was laying back. So I leaned up and, you know, she hugged me and I hugged her, man. And it seemed like her seeing me like that. I'm glad that people told her that I had got shot, that it wasn't self-inflicted. And because I know that would have really destroyed her. But even I feel like it destroyed her too as well, just seeing me laying there, you know, shot in the head. And a little bit after that, loved one, she was battling, you know, cancer, stomach cancer and Alzheimer's. And she went home, man, and I was devastated. And like I said, that was in 92, man. I'm still devastated behind it. But one thing for sure I have to do is keep her smiling.
And you're doing that. Now you're doing it across the world.
Yes, loved one. It's important. Thank you.
You know, you never know what somebody's going through. And the reason, you know, I tell her especially, you know,
yes,
you know, she's resting in paradise because I have an employee.
Yes.
Who, his name is Ro, younger gentleman, about 24 years old. Good dude. He was in foster care. He bounced from house to house. And he told me a story about 6 months ago. He was a kid. He was probably 9, 10 years old. He was pouring cereal. And then he accidentally put salt instead of sugar on his cornflakes. And his foster mother made him eat that whole bowl of cereal full of salt. Because he accidentally did that.
Yeah, see, some foster homes, they have the kids for the money, not for the love. See, Miss Price loved everybody. Yeah. You know, she kept me for the love. Yes.
She's different.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if I'd have done that, she'd have been like, pour that out, and would have made me a fresh bowl. So.
So people, you know, have it hard out here, and I want to let you know what you're doing is touching so many lives.
Definitely.
You know, and I appreciate Adam for, you know, allowing, you know, this show, because Adam,
me too.
He's a visionary.
Yes, he is. Adam is a visionary for sure.
And AD, my guy right there.
It's my nephew right there. Him. Yes.
Good man.
Yes.
So.
Shout out to the whole crew, man, over here at No Jumper. You know, everybody. Yeah. You know, shout out to everybody.
I see it evolving, and I'm loving
it. Definitely. Man, I want to tell you, family, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you. You know, help me, help others. Keep spreading the word with the podcast, sharing it, pushing it, sending it to people, man. Let's try to make a difference in the world one day at a time, one person at a time. You know, changing lives is saving lives. That's my thing. That's my motto.
You know, it's all we could do, one step at a time.
Exactly. Appreciate you.
So,
my phone is always on, family. I definitely hit me anytime. Thanks for the call.
Sir. Salute.
All right. Okay. Definitely, man. That's what it's about, you know? That's what it's about, man.
Another one.
Yeah. And then I remember you was telling me too, man, and I know that, you know, you had broke your leg like 9 different times. And
yeah.
I know that was definitely stressed. I know you was depressed.
Yeah, I was.
By that, you know, to be up on your feet, then to, you know, to break your leg, then for it to happen that many times. I know that kind of like it messed with your mental.
For sure.
Like, what was some of the times like, well, pretty much that happened? How it happened?
Well, it started in 2nd grade. I was playing soccer. You're not allowed to wear cleats on the field.
Yes.
This little dude wear cleats on the field. So I get up and I'm playing, going crazy. And sure enough, we collide and I get kicked and broke both bones in my leg.
Ooh.
Wobbling.
Ooh.
And I went to go run, and it took for it to wobble out of place type. You feel me? And I noticed it was broke. I got carried to the office by one of the. I was in second grade.
You was at school.
Fifth graders bigger than me. A fifth grader carried me all the way to the office.
Oh wow.
I'm like, it's broke. And sure enough, I got told it was broke. I got casted up, and I was on crutches. And it was like, dang.
Was on crutches for how long? About 6 months?
About 6, 7 months, yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't take too long for it to heal until I broke it again.
How did that happen?
That happened on the jumpy slide. I was up there with my uncle, and I was already sitting, and he comes climbing, and he was just finna go down. I was sitting there with my legs out, and he went to go jump and slide down, and boom, cracked it. You know how the jumpers is hollow.
Yes,
you
yes,
can hear it.
yes,
It sound like a snap of a stick, like just, ugh. And yeah, it was just. I got a whole list actually. I'm gonna run through it real quick.
Yeah, for sure. Wow.
It was like 9 or 10 times. Jumper slide. Oh, so right after that, still no surgeries, no nothing. I got it wrapped back up in the cast.
So no surgery.
6, 7 months later, I get it back off and I go to school and I'm able to run again and I go to play kickball. You know what kickball is? Like the baseball?
Yeah, of course.
Boom,
Yes.
kicked it. Wobble back out.
Yeah.
Boom. I guess it wasn't strong enough. That's the third time
So
already.
like you pretty much got active pretty much too soon before.
Right.
Okay.
And then I slipped in the hallway. I slipped back on it in the hallway. You know how the hallways have like, not in the hallway, the doorway.
Yes.
You know how the doorway be having a little thing right there, so
Yeah, for the
can
door.
close?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
I slipped back on that and fell and it snapped
And
again.
then just snap.
Snapped again.
You had to have surgery then, or
No, yeah, actually it was after that. After
You had to
that
have
break,
surgery.
I got my first surgery and I got a plate and 6 screws.
ooh,
So this is a lot of breaks and a lot of pain, and you feel me? I'm already at this point. I'm used to it. I'm at this point. I know how to run on crutches faster than you could run.
oh, wow.
You feel me? Like I'm
Yeah.
casted up. So after that surgery, I'm vibing, having fun, and I'm back to it. It was like a year or two later until I broke it again. I did a backflip on a trampoline, came right back on the bar, and that's with the plate. I broke the plate too.
Ooh. So they re-surgery.
Another surgery. No, actually, my bone healed because I never have went and got another surgery for that.
Okay.
I let the bone heal, but the plate was still broken. I had bone grow over the broke plate. So my
Yeah?
leg is messed up at that point. And so, yeah, I kept going. I was running in the backyard going to get on my quad, and it was muddy. Slipped back on it, broke it again. It's just at this point, you feel me, it's weak. It's a weak bone. It's wraps, it's glass. Like they say it's glass.
Oh, wow.
And then from there on, I had stress fractures. Like stress fractures is when I'm playing sports, playing basketball. It don't got to be no sudden boom broke. You feel me? It's
Yes.
just wobbling because it's already so messed up. But after the stress fractures, this is till now, I have 4 screws, 2 on top and 2 on bottom, and a big old rod.
Wow.
And they talking about another surgery so I can go in and get another crazy robotic rod.
Yeah. Oh, they want you to have another surgery now?
Yeah, but it's about if I'm good, and which right now I feel good, so
Yeah, it don't make sense to, huh?
not right now at least. So I hope it stays good as I grow and get older. You feel me? So
Yeah.
we'll see. But yeah, in about 7th grade, so I broke it all them times. I was from 2nd grade to about junior year in high school. I'm a year and a half out of high school now. I'm 19. I graduated 2020, so I'm good now. But 7th grade, I got the information I could no longer play sports. And so I was like, dang.
Devastated.
That right there, that's when depression started for me, like straight up depression. I was sad. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to do nothing because I was like, I don't have no more hope.
Yes.
My hope was basketball. Like, I'm waiting for this leg to heal so I could ball. You feel me? And sure enough, I got that information. It was like, wow. And so I told my mom, 8th grade came. I was still sad watching everybody play basketball. You feel me? Whatever, I'm good. I thug it out till 9th grade. And
Yes.
I told my mom in 9th grade, I was like, I'm not trying to go to high school.
Yes.
I said, I don't want to go be around that. I don't even want to see the jerseys. That's how sad I was at this point. You feel me? I don't want to see the jerseys. I don't want to see my friends balling. I'm cool.
Oh,
I was
wow.
mad.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
like
depressed.
Yeah. And so I got into rapping. I got into freestyling and stuff in my room. I started with my headphones and my phone, and just getting on the wires and spitting rhymes on this app called Rap Chat, just going crazy.
Yeah. How many times was you in the hospital for it though?
Every time.
Yeah.
About 8, 9 times.
But like, what was the longest time you would say that you spent in the hospital? Like after, like during the times when you had surgery?
4 days.
4 days.
4 days.
And then they let you out.
And then they let me out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that, oh my goodness, you just bringing that up, I could remember the pain. When I woke up,
Yes.
I had a mask on. This last surgery was during COVID. I had a mask on and I could barely breathe. I was gasping for air. I'm sleeping with the mask on. Like they being weird about it. You feel me? And so I was waking up.
So you had to keep it on.
I was waking up, taking the mask off, throwing up, and having to put the mask back on while I'm crying. You feel me? In pain. Like my mom sitting over there just watching me. And it's like, and then my mom kept having to wake me up. I was in so much pain, I guess my heart almost stopped beating. Like I was tripping, you feel me? So my mom was shaking me to keep me awake. It was hard.
Yeah, I remember I had a kidney stone before. And man, a kidney stone is pain that make you faint.
Yeah.
Because the pain is just so bad.
Yeah.
And then it'll start from right here and then wrap around to by your spine. And I had a kidney stone twice, and it's nothing like a leg break, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, some of the
up here too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the worst pain.
Yeah.
They cut my bone in 3 sections. They had to pull my bone apart to put this rod in because like I said, I had bone growing over the plate. They had to cut it all up and put it. They took bone from my hip. It did all kind of crazy procedure to put this rod in. And they got the rod, and they said, if this mess up, it's either a crazy new rod or you go prosthetic. And I said, I was like, wow. And that's what they told me in 7th grade, too. They was like, we don't know how many more times you could break it before you go prosthetic. So that even made me more, I'm scared.
Yeah, you spooked
nowadays,
now.
I ain't scared of that. But 7th grade, I'm like, what? My toes gone? Nah, I can't imagine.
So it would just be like from your, ankle down or?
About my shin, from the middle of my shin down.
Yeah, that they would have cut off?
Cut off.
Ooh.
And that was like some devastating news.
Yeah, for damn sure to hear that, you know, to hear that. And
it affected me, of course, from 2nd grade to junior year. It affected me a lot. I had to walk around in school with a big old, not only the cast, with a brace on. And so I would have to wear big, giant shoes. I was looking goofy at school with big giant DCs on. That wasn't my swag. I like Jordans and D Roses.
But
I'm walking around with big DCs on so it could fit over to my leg brace. You feel me? And I'm getting pointed at around school.
Then what about a boot like that?
Oh, I had the boots too.
Yeah.
I had it all. I feel like I was even in a wheelchair at one point for about 1.5 years, and I got cold. I got cold with the wheelchair. Yeah, because I couldn't walk. They was like, sit him down, get him off of his leg. Put him in a wheelchair.
Take a break from the off your leg for a while.
Now I realize that, but I thought I was messed up in a wheelchair. You feel me? And so that caused my right leg to get even a little skinnier than my left. And so now till this day, I don't even wear shorts.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't. You're gonna do what you want to do, but I wouldn't let that stop me from wearing shorts. I think it's a mind thing. Sure. It's a mental thing. Like, really, like you went through something. Right. So that's
my mom and my pops tell me it's like a battle wound.
Yeah,
like,
really,
why not show it off?
Why hide it?
Right.
You know, but you're gonna do what you want to do. So
facts,
definitely. Well, that's good. You still got your leg. You can still stand on it.
Right.
So
I'm still performing on stages and living my dream. It's crazy.
It's a good thing. It's a key thing. So wow, that's definitely deep, man. And pain is for real. Because I remember when I got hit with a 223 round, in my stomach.
Wow.
During the time when I got hit, I didn't feel no pain at the end. I think because I was more mad than anything.
Yeah.
When I got hit.
Adrenaline.
And the adrenaline was going. It was a lot going on. And when I was at the hospital and they was getting ready to take me in surgery, which I had a 6-hour surgery, I lost 25 pounds in surgery.
That's crazy.
I lost 25 pounds.
They pulled that off of you? Or that's just what you like?
Well, but they had to cut my intestines because when I got hit in the stomach, it ripped my intestines completely in half. I had a surgeon that was from Iraq, a lady surgeon. All she dealt with was AK wounds, AK shots.
That's crazy.
So they was able to, they cut off the bad side on this side, the bad side on this side, and then they re-stitched it, together and reconnected it because they said it would grow back. But when I was in the getting ready to go to surgery, that's when it seemed like the pain kicked in. When I was on the block, no pain. One of the homies was out there too. He had got shot. But like I said, laying right there for some strange reason, right when it was time to go to surgery, I ain't never felt pain like that in my life.
It was like right when you had to relax.
Yeah, right when I had to relax. I'm laying down. They put me on the other bed, getting ready to, they putting the IV in, and it kicked in.
Did you lay down like this might be when I pass?
And that's really how I felt. I really felt like it was over. I didn't know. I really felt like it was over, man, and it really was a trip. And my son, I've said this before, my son was in the house, when this happened as well. And I had to go talk to my son, not letting him know I was shot, because I didn't know if I was going to live. I had no idea. I didn't know. All I know is I'm hit. I'm more angry than anything. I get up, because I was down. I was down, actually, when I got hit by the bullet, because everybody had got down.
Yeah.
And I remember this feeling like in my mind, I'm like, damn, I'm hit. And all I could think about, man, was, my son is in the house. I had to get up.
Yeah.
And I went in the house and I went to go talk to him and, let him know, like, man, everything is good. I didn't know if that was going to be my last time ever seeing my son.
That's crazy.
And then in that hospital, when I was getting ready to go into surgery, that pain that just came out of nowhere, like, man, and next thing you know, I blacked out. I was just out cold. And I remember, waking up. And when I woke up, it was like, the doctors was there, and my surgeon had came in and talked to me, and she pretty much had told me, like, your weight, it's a good thing that you had weight on you.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't have the weight on me that I had, I would have died.
Yeah.
But due to the weight that I had on me, it saved my life. Which, like I said, I lost 25 pounds in surgery, had a 6-hour surgery. And, man, life is a trip, but, life is amazing. Life is important.
It is.
And that's the key thing, man, that I do this for. That's what these podcasts is for, mine in particular, OG Cuicide in the Building, to inspire people to want to live, to want to continue, to want to motivate. I want to motivate people. I want people to know, man, that what they're going through, they're not alone.
Right.
Definitely not alone.
Facts.
And you can get through it. Like
Facts.
the gentleman I spoke to earlier on the phone, man, he was, he was homeless. He was working with some people, some known people that had a lot of money. But they didn't have no love for him. And pretty much he ran errands all day for them, ran errands for them and, here, go do this, go do this, go do this, go do that. And when it came time to where it's like, man, I'm going through it right now. Like, y'all think I could sit down and talk to y'all? Like he said, they was therapists.
Right. That's crazy.
Y'all could run him around.
Part. Yeah.
But this is y'all occupation? And
Right.
You mean to tell me, which you're certified and have a degree in, you're not going to use it for the person that's doing all y'all hard work?
Person that be around y'all a lot?
Yeah, he's around them. He's at their house. Pretty much he was at their house every day.
Yeah.
Running errands every day. I talked to him a few times, and, he had kind of spoke to me on who it was, and I'm like, well, I don't really do the name drop thing.
Right.
I'm not impressed by that. That's cool that you're working, and then it's like the rug got pulled from under him, and life changed, and it didn't change for the better. It changed for the worse. And when he spoke to me again, it was like, wow, like, what happened. And, you know, I remember he was crying on the phone, and I was like, it's gonna get better. It's not gonna stay like this. But I'm like, let them tears out. It's important. If it's built up, stress is built up, don't be ashamed to let it out. Let it out. Relieve yourself. You know, that's my whole thing. I tell people to relieve yourself, man. It's important, you know. Man, sometime every blue moon, you know, I go through stuff. You know what I mean? I may be at a point to where I'll have a lot of, you know, stress on me, man, and I shed tears. And I'm not ashamed to, you know, admit it. Like, I do it, you know. It be so much that it's going on around my life to where it frustrates me and aggravates me, because I look at it like I'm at a point in life that I shouldn't be going through this. I shouldn't be experiencing these things at this point and at this age of my life. But I guess that's life.
That's life.
That's life. That's how I look at it, you know. And now, you know, I've shed tears, and I shed tears of joy. You know, I go back and I sit and I watch the podcast, and I normally watch, when I go back and look at the podcast, I watch it from a point of view of that's not me.
Yeah.
That I'm watching.
Listening.
I'm listening.
Yeah.
That's not me. That's not me that I'm watching, and I'm looking at it from you know, I wouldn't even say a consumer, but a person that need to be inspired, that need to be uplifted, that need to be motivated. And I watch it and I sit there and I pay close attention to, you know, what I'm saying, and I look at it as like, wow, like I can see why what I'm saying is helping people.
Yeah.
You know? Because sometimes I watch me to help me. I don't know if that makes sense, but
that makes sense.
I watch me, and sometimes I have to take my own advice.
Yeah, you got to go back and realize.
Yeah, I got to go back and take my own advice and wake me up sometime to say, look, keep doing what you're doing. Straight out. You got this. Stay focused. Stay moving forward, and things is going to get better. It definitely will. It definitely will. Emoji Suicide, man. You watching OG Cuicide in the Building, episode 4 with my nephew Dre Hill.
Yes, man.
Make sure y'all go get y'all merch. OGSuicideInTheBuilding.com. Go get your merch. Hit me up. I want people to call in to the show. Make sure y'all reach out to me. Make sure y'all hit me up, inbox me, call me. Call into the show if you have anything on your mind that you want to express, or you're going through something. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. You'll never be looked down on. You can use an alias name, you know, if you like. If you don't want nobody to know who you are calling into the show. But I got you straight out. And always remember, like I said earlier, a quote that I want everybody to live by, and you can quote me: a hospital not the only thing with patients. Peace.